All right, thank you guys. Norwich City takes on Burnley, and that's going to be a 12:30 p.m. East start. Burnley's plus $1.25 on the money line. Totals 2.5 juice to the under. The draw's plus 225, and if you like Norwich City, they're plus 220 for an upset win. And following yesterday's 3-1 day on Patreon, I improved to 6-2 in my last 8 daily best plays on patreon.com/BrockPage. And of course, that's a website where I sell sports picks beginning at just $1.99. We're also 6-2 in our last 8 extra daily pick tier package picks as well. And that package only costs $2.99. For more information about getting access to these premium sports picks, the link for that site is in the description section below. And once again, that's patreon.com/BrockPage. Norwich has scored just 1 goal in their last 5 matches. They're currently on a 9-match losing streak, averaging just .22 goals per contest during that span. They're also currently in last place out of 20 teams in the EPL, winning just 5 out of 36 total contests. Norwich City ranks dead last in scoring in the league as well. They're averaging just .72 goals per contest on the season. They also rank dead last in total goals allowed, really struggling in all facets of the sport this season. Now Burnley on the other side, they haven't lost a match in their last 6 straight. They gave up just 3 total goals during that span. They only lost 1 out of their last 12, holding their opponents scoreless in 6 of those outings. They gave up on average just .83 goals per contest in their last dozen. Burnley's just 5 points behind 6th place Wolverhampton in the standings. And when it comes to the total in this one, Burnley's last 6 straight contests stayed under the total of 2.5 goals. 8 out of their last 9 also stayed under that number. Meanwhile, on the other side, on the Norwich City side, 3 out of their last 6 league matches stayed under the 2.5 themselves. Give me Burnley plus $1.25 and the under 2.5 in that match. And before we go ahead and move on, just want to take another quick timeout and welcome you to the video. Got some lines and personal leans out for Saturday's international soccer action. But before we go ahead and dive into some more of that, I just have to quickly remind you once again that after yesterday's 3-1 day on Patreon, after yesterday's sports wagering action, we improved to 6-2 in our last 8 daily best plays on patreon.com/BrockPage. We're also 6-2 in our last 8 extra daily pick tier package selections as well. If you want some more information on how you can join in on the action, link for that site is in the description section below. And once again, that's patreon.com/BrockPage. And moving on, we're going to dive into some MLS action, some Major League Soccer action here in the United States. I'm talking about Los Angeles FC taking on the LA Galaxy, 10:30 p.m. Eastern start time. FC's the $1.43 favorite, totals 3.5 juice to the under. The draw's plus 310, and if you like the Galaxy in an upset, they're plus 310 for some money line cash. The Galaxy's coming off a 2-1 loss to the Portland Timbers in their last outing. They were also shut out 1-0 by the Vancouver Whitecaps in their outing before that, right before the shutdown. And as a matter of fact, this Galaxy club has only been victorious in just 1 out of their last 7 matches. And of course, that's dating back to, before the shutdown as well. They're taking on a Los Angeles FC squad who scored multiple goals in 6 out of their last 8 matches themselves. And of course, that's dating back to before the shutdown as well. FC totaled 17 goals during the very aforementioned stretch of contests. And more specifically, they scored 3 goals or more in 4 out of their last 6 contests. FC hasn't lost a match in their last 4 outings. They also dropped just 1 out of their last 8. Now, total-wise, when it comes to the number in this one, lots of scoring in this in the FC contest, as their last 2 straight easily got over the total of 3.5 goals. 7 out of their last 11 also got over that number. Give me Los Angeles FC minus 143 and the over 3.5 goals in that match. Next contest, Italian Serie A. I'm talking about Verona taking on Atalanta. 11:15 a.m. East. Atlanta's the $2.50 favorite. Totals 3.5. Draws plus $4. And if you like Verona winning this one outright, they're plus 550. Verona's coming off a 2-1 loss to Rome in their last outing. They've gone winless in their last 4 straight, and that includes an embarrassing 2-0 shutout defeat to 19th place Brescia as well. Verona's given up 14 total goals in their last 7 outings. They've only been victorious in 2 out of their last 10, and they were held scoreless in 3 of those meetings. And here's a really odd stat for you, by the way. Verona's currently 11-11 on the year with 11 draws. They also scored 41 goals, and they've given up 41 goals. They played 33 total games on the season and have 44 total points in the standings. Very weird. But anyway, Atlanta on the other side, they continue to roll. They put up 6 goals in their last outing against Brescia. These guys just continue to light up the scoreboard. I know a couple of weeks ago I described them as offensive juggernauts. They rank first in Italian Serie A in scoring, 93 goals thus far in the year. That's 21 more than Inter Milan, who ranks second in that very same category. Atalanta hasn't lost a match in their last 15 straight. They're 13-0 with just 2 draws during that span. They also scored multiple goals in 14 out of those 15 matches. Atalanta's 21-5 on the season with 7 draws. They're just 1 point behind second place Inter Milan in the standings. Now, total-wise, Atlanta's last 2 straight got over the total of 3.5 goals. 8 out of their last 11 also got over that number. Verona on the other side saw 3 out of their last 6 get over the 3.5 themselves. Give me Atalanta, -1, and the over 3.5 in that contest. Next matchup, Portuguese Primeira Liga. Talking about Famalicão taking on Boa Vista, 4:15 p.m. Eastern start time. Famalicão's -175, totals 2.5, juice to the under. The draws plus 290, and if you like Boa Vista to get the job done here, they're plus $5 for an outright win. Boa Vista lost 2-1 to 15th place Portimonense in their last outing. Mind you, Portimonense's won just 6 out of 32 contests on the year. Bad loss there. Boa Vista is currently on a 3-match losing streak, totaling just 2 goals in those 3 matchups. They're currently in 11th place in the 18-team Primeira Liga, and they find themselves just 10-14 on the season with 8 draws. They're averaging only .81 goals per contest, which ranks 15th in the league. They're taking on a Famalicão unit who's coming off a solid 2-1 victory over Vitória Setúbal in their last outing themselves. They've lost just 1 out of their last 10, and they held their opponents scoreless in 3 of those outings. Famalicão currently is in 5th place in the league, and they rank 5th in scoring as well. And when it comes to the number in this one, oddly enough, 5 out of Famalicão's last 6 stayed under the total of 2.5 goals. Meanwhile, on the other side, Boa Vista saw 2 out of their last 4 stay under that number themselves. So with all that said and done, give me Famalicão winning this one outright and the under 2.5 goals in that match. All right, next and final matchup for the show, it's going to be in the English Championship. I'm talking about Stoke City taking on Brentford, 7:30 a.m. Eastern kickoff. Brentford's -150, totals 2.5, juice to the under. The draw's plus 290, and if you like Stoke to win it, they're plus 380 for some money line cash. Stoke City's been victorious in just 2 out of their last 7. They were shut out 3 separate times during that span. Stoke's just 14-22 on the season with 8 draws. They rank 19th out of 24 teams in total goals allowed. They're currently in 17th place in the English Championship. They're taking on a Brentford club who's shut out their opponents in 6 out of their last 8 league contests. They gave up just .25 goals per contest during that stretch. They're currently in 3rd place in the league, and they find themselves only 1 point behind 2nd place West Brom in the standings. Brentford's currently 24-11 on the year with 9 draws. They also rank 1st in the league in scoring, and they also rank 2nd in goals allowed. Now, total-wise, Brentford saw 5 out of their last 6 get over the total of 2.5 goals. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, 3 out of Stoke's last 5 got over that number themselves So all told, give me Brentford winning this one outright and the over 2.5 in that match. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on Patreon. But most importantly, guys, I got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, happy Friday or Saturday to you, depending on when you're watching this. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.